Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fangeared Podcast, episode 43, part 2.
Deuce.
I'm Josh. To my right, Tommy Costa.
Hello.
To his right, Joey Vasquez.
Looks real good.
Okay. And we have a very special guest today, our first guest on the podcast ever, joining us. Not on screen.
Disembodied voice.
Yes, thank you. Allie, SCf3, Twitch streamer and YouTuber. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hi, guys.
Yes, doing a soft clap there for you. But thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you on.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tommy, also for being here once again. So you are a Twitch streamer and YouTuber. Let's just get right into it. How long have you been streaming on Twitch?
I've been streaming on Twitch since February 2015. I actually streamed, I remember the specific day, February 22nd. It was a Sunday night.
Okay.
But, yeah, pretty much about a year, maybe like a month-ish. But yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you play Smash Bros. Melee, Pokemon, and some other games as well.
Yep.
So, and in the last year, how has that experience been for you? Just generally, like, you just hit 3K on Twitch. You did a celebration stream recently. I was able to catch a little bit of that. Really cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how's that been over the past year to reaching this point?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I never really expected it. Like, nobody really expects, like, I guess if they're, like, streaming YouTube or whatever, if they, like, hit these, like, big goals and stuff, you're like, oh, I never expected to get this far. Because when I started out, it was just like, oh, I want to try this. I want to see if it's, like, fun or not. And then also just with streaming Pokemon and Smash, like, I've met so many people that I'm, like, very close friends with now, and I would be a very different person if I did not stream. I would not have the friends I have now. I would be completely different, so I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so you are with Arcane now.
Mm-hmm.
How has that been? What's the relationship like there between you and them, and how have they helped you? And
They're awesome. I love Arcane. They're like my family now. Like, I've been wanting to say this, or like I've felt that for a while, but I've put it out there. A lot of them I'm really close friends with. A lot of us, well, I've been in it since November, December. I think I was talking to Crashy in November, and then it was announced in December. Mm-hmm. And even with anybody that's coming in, new or old, I've, like, become really close with, even if they, like, stay or go. But I love Arcane. They're awesome. They've been helping with my stream, and then also with all our other players and teams. So yeah, they're great.
Awesome.
It's awesome that there's, like, groups like that are here to support not just, like, the really big streamers, but also like some of the smaller ones. Like, that's really cool. I think I don't think we hear about that as much. Definitely not in the mainstream anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, so you play Smash and Pokemon. Myself and Tommy, we both play competitive VGC. Have you been playing as much recently with the 16 format?
I started getting back into VGC probably, I don't know, February of this year, because last year, the past, like, couple years, I've been, like, very hardcore into it, but I took a break just because I was, like, busy with other things, and I got more into Smash. Mm-hmm. So I did get into VGC 16. At first, I thought I would hate the format because it's all legendaries, but I actually don't really mind it that much anymore. Now I'm, like, used to it, so I like it so far.
Yeah. Well, do you find catching legendaries as a problem, or do you go to third-party, like, hackers to get them? Or?
Actually, when I was getting back into VGC, one of my mods helped me out, and he traded me a team. So
nice.
I've been trying out some new teams, but I've mainly been going, like, with the big, quote unquote, big six.
Big six, right?
Yeah,
you run that,
it works.
That smear goal.
Xerneas, Smeargle is ridiculous.
Yeah. We're really big into it. We kind of came at it the same way when it first when the new format was first announced. We were kind of like the whole legendary thing is so.
Yeah, because they never had them before, like, in that scale before, I feel like.
Right, where it's like...
Not since, like, 2013 and 14.
Yeah.
But the difference now is that, like, you have to have one of only 2 primals. You know, it's like... at least to be pretty competitively viable, you need at least a Groudon or a Kyogre. And so yeah, it limits your your Pokemon pool, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm into it.
I have a question for the three of you, I guess. As somebody who's sort of on the outside of all of this, is this like them changing the who's allowed to be in the tournaments, who you can use? Is that just an attempt to change things up so that it doesn't get stale and people have to then use different teams? And is this like a just temporary until they do something big like they did when they introduced the megas, and then the whole format changes, or is this like, I don't know?
Well, it's like each year they have like a different rule set. So coming in to X and Y with like Gen 6, they made it so you have to have a blue pentagon on the Pokemon's like summary, which basically means it had to be bred or caught or whatever in X and Y or a Gen 6 game now that we have Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So basically that means you can't trade up half your Pokemon and use them. So that's one thing they've done. But each year, generally they have like, I'm trying to remember the specifics, but there's like the same general rules each year, but this year they definitely, with the introduction of like primals and stuff, it's definitely like changed the meta. And like each year there's like new and new things. Like I remember when Citrus Park won Worlds with the Pachirisu and everyone's like,
Tommy loved when that happened to the point where he put one
freaking
on his
out.
team. Yeah. And I think, that has a lot to do with it. I think there are a lot of factors. I think one of them is that since you need a primal Groudon or Kyogre, you have to buy both of those games.
Oh, so you think it's a little...
So there might be some marketing there. I mean, I went out and bought the other game when that was announced, so...
Yeah, what is that?
I had Omega Ruby, and I went out and bought Alpha Sapphire just so I could have Kyogre as well.
Yeah, let me get that Sapphire.
I need them both.
It's part marketing, part variety. When you're showing off because their Twitch streams for World Championships are getting super popular now. So if they're showing off the big cool legendaries, it's going to push game sales to people who don't know the games yet.
That's true too.
I never really thought about it that way, but that's so accurate.
Yeah. So we could talk about Pokemon for the entire day, but let's talk a little bit more about your Smash experience and playing Melee. You have a pretty big tournament coming up.
Yeah, Pound 2016 is this weekend. It's in Northern Virginia. This is the first big tournament I've been to. I've only really been to local stuff, but I'm super excited.
Yeah, so that's the second and third this weekend. It'll be over by the time this is up. So congratulations
on your first place undefeated wins.
Yeah. But talk about this the Smash Melee community and your experience with that.
So I got into Melee when the game first came out, because I had a GameCube as a kid.
Sure.
It was pretty much the only game I played. I was the kid that sat in my basement by myself and played it. And then whenever I would play with friends, I would be the best one. But I remember when I was a kid, maybe 5th or 6th grade, I went to local tournaments, but it wasn't anything super competitive. Sometimes it was free for all with items, sometimes it was just 1v1s. So that's how I got into it. And then with specifically now, how I play competitively. Me playing competitively, I got into watching, I think I watched EVO maybe around 2013, and that's how I was people still play this game. This is my favorite game as a kid, and people are still playing it. And so then last year, I started playing competitively because I did this thing on my stream called Summer GameCube, and I was I'll go back and play all these games that I really liked. And Melee was one of them. And then I got introduced to the competitive community, and it just has gone off from there.
Yeah, Did you have something to say?
No.
Oh, looked like it. Sorry.
Josh, I'm sorry to just straight away. How did you get into the Super Smash? Wanting to actually try to make a run for tournaments or something like that.
Yeah, so that was a short-lived thing for me. I guess I started playing Smash just in general with 64.
Right.
Against you.
Yeah. Was I good? No.
Yeah. I remember specifically playing against you, Joey, and you saying like, "Well, it's not fair if you stop cheating." Yeah, and
because you used Pikachu
Yeah.
and you would just Thunder Blast me or whatever.
That was me.
Yeah,
I couldn't do
and
it.
he would specifically say like, "It's not fair if you don't let me get up."
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Because we play for different reasons. I'm trying to have fun. You're trying to win.
No, I don't know. I was
Winning
trying
is
to have
fun.
fun too.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Winning is fun.
Yeah. So and so so I guess I've followed Smash ever since then. I have played every game. I didn't play any of them competitively until Smash 4. And then I played Smash 4 competitively for a little bit, and I'm starting to get back into Melee now for secret reasons.
Ooh.
They partially have to do with actual competitive reasons, and also to do with other things as well.
So yeah, obviously Smash Bros is just a super cool game that everyone's played since they were a kid, because there's so many cool characters. So I was curious what character you use in Melee and what you're planning to use in this tournament.
Can you say that again? It cut off for a second.
Yeah, which character do you prefer as your main in Melee?
I made Marth in Melee. I started out with Jigglypuff, but so yeah, I started in May with Jigglypuff last May, and then I switched in like August to Marth because I liked him better, and I was getting really frustrated with Jigglypuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go Marth this weekend.
Jigglypuff used to be yours, Tommy?
Yeah, I always try to get Jigglypuff in every Smash Bros game, but
Nice.
it's a balloon.
Sure.
It's a
Is that
balloon.
what Jigglypuff is supposed to be?
Jigglypuff's a balloon, yeah.
Serious?
Really-
What?
That's what the Pokedex says.
Whatever.
Yeah, balloon Pokemon.
If she breaks her shield, she like dies.
Yeah,
Like
she
a-
Oh,
deflates.
she pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right, and where was I? Sorry, I was.
I got another question.
Okay,
So
sorry.
like, so when you're choosing your Smash character or even your Pokemon team, how much does competitive ability come into your choice, and how much does like just your personal preference of liking the character come into your choice?
It depends on the game. For at least Melee, it's part competitiveness and like what I like for like preference. Because when I started with Jigglypuff, it was just like, oh, I like her, like let's go with this, and she happens to be like pretty good in Melee.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. At least when I started out, I got frustrated because it's kind of hard to get good with her if you don't have people to play. Whenever I started out, I only had net play, which is like online Melee. So I was like, I want to try another character too that involves more tech skill, because that's what I was practicing a lot when I first started out. So that's why I switched to Marth. So Marth is like a good balance of like what I really like in a character, like his really good movement, and then like competitiveness, because he's like pretty good in Melee. And then with Pokemon, at least this year with VGC 16, it's more so like competitiveness compared to years before. Because a lot of people complain about trying to be like, oh, use the Pokemon emails to win, but like sometimes that's not possible, like at all.
Right.
So definitely this year I'm just going with what works, like the big six is what works.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun throwing in like off meta Pokemon, being like, oh, let's just like see if this will like gel with it. And an example of that, like we mentioned earlier, was the Pachirisu world. It's like nobody saw that coming.
Right.
Like
Yeah. That's what
so
we see a
definitely,
lot with,
definitely
like,
this year with Pokemon, it's more competitive.
yeah, that's what we see a lot with, like, it's like someone will use 5 of the big 6 and then one like random
Random.
Pokemon.
That's where your
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Joey?
Well, I said I think she asked you a question.
Oh, did you ask what our teams were?
Yeah, what's your team?
Oh yeah, so go ahead, Tommy, you start.
Yeah, I got Dialga, Kyogre, Mega Kang, Talonflame, Ferrothorn, and
Who's your Sableye.
oh, Sableye, Mega Sableye. Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty like.
Yeah.
See, that
I'm not
sounds like
surprised.
that doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a passion.
It's not.
Yeah, and I'm running Palkia, Kyogre, Mega Salamence, who's my other? Mega Mawile, Gothitelle, and Thundurus. Yeah. It Pokemon really has gotten to a point competitively where there's not a lot to choose from right now, and
Yeah.
I tried to run a Zubat on my team. Didn't work out very well.
Do you think they'll try to correct that and like either
No.
no,
Not until next year.
They wouldn't.
Not
Well,
until
right.
next year,
But
yeah.
I mean, like eventually, like, would they buff other
Mm.
smaller
No.
guys or like
No.
just with the next generation?
Unless they brought in more Pokemon.
Sun and Moon.
Right,
You don't
Sun and
really
Moon.
Right.
Yeah.
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 But last year there was like a huge problem. There was maybe like 10 competitively really good Pokemon that were above everything else, and with the rule change in 2016, they just made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, so it like limited it even further.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I mean, that's kind of similar to like Melee in a sense. I mean, obviously Pokemon's more just like can be more RNG.
Right.
But like with Melee, I mean, yeah, it's more skill, but a lot of the time you see the same characters in like top 8, like the whole 20XX thing. Like,
Right.
who knows if that's actually gonna happen? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I have a question. This is sort of switching gears, kind of going back to what we were talking about. It has to do with like you being a Twitch streamer. So at this point, obviously, you just hit a big goal of 3,000. But like, what? This is sort of, I guess, I'm asking for like a peek behind the curtain. Like, what is your goals now? Like, what are you actively doing? That's like, oh, okay, so this is the next thing I want to improve on, or this is what I want to do. Because I've noticed that like even, I mean, obviously we're really small too, but like. There's always, I would imagine at every step, no matter how big you get, there's always something that you're wanting to change, wanting to improve on to get to that next step.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Recently, what I've been wanting to improve is, well, I mean, it's still related to my stream, but working on my YouTube account, because there's definitely a lot of crossover that people might not think of between the stream and like your YouTube channel, because I've had people come to my stream and be like, oh, I saw your video, blah, 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 and they like come and watch the stream. So that's something I've been wanting to improve on, because I think my stream's in a pretty good place. I've been trying to just like keep up like an average amount, or like I've probably, my average, at least a couple weeks ago, is maybe, if I was playing Pokemon, it would be like 50 views, but since I've been playing a little bit of Melee more, I haven't played Melee in a while, so it's gone down a little bit, but it's fine. But yeah, definitely my YouTube, because when I first started, I literally just threw stream highlights up there, and that was it. But now I'm trying to put out videos like daily or every other day around the same time, and just focusing on making quality content for that too, because there is that crossover. Plus, it's really fun. I like it. Yeah. So, but that's like my goal right now. And then the other goal I have is I'm going to try to apply partnership again, because I think my stream is constantly been growing. So I think I'll get there eventually. Hopefully, my goal is by the end of this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, awesome. I'm curious, like, to grow on Twitch, is it like a time thing, like how much time you're putting in, how often you're streaming, or is it like the quality of your stream, or what games you're playing? What is it that like helps people grow in that?
It's definitely a combo of all of those things, but I would say most importantly, definitely like being consistent with your schedule. Like if you think about it like a TV show, it makes like a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like people, like I stream every day, pretty much for how long I've been streaming, so about a year. I've been streaming around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. EST, maybe give or take a few hours depending if I'm on like break or something. I've been streaming at the same time, that whole time, and generally the games I've been playing are Nintendo games, maybe like, or I was 8th or 3rd in there in Stardew Valley recently. But so people know what to expect, and people like I guess the consistency, because that's what makes people come back more and more. And then also just it also depends on the game you're streaming. Like if I had $1 for every time I saw someone that's like, oh, I've been streaming for like blah 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 months and I'm playing League of Legends, why do I have no viewers? It's because you're streaming a really saturated game.
Yeah.
Like you have to scroll all the way down to the directory to get that far down, and then on top of that, they're only streaming like every once in a while, and so people wonder why. And it's just like, well, you need to like do this. But yeah, definitely like consistency. What games you play definitely depends. If you're like variety, or if you just stick to one game. I mean, you can still find growth within like certain like specific areas, but yeah, definitely like all of that stuff. I would say contributes to it. But,
yeah. I saw that you were playing Stardew Valley during your celebration stream recently, and it brought back so many memories of playing Harvest Moon for me and like grinding to get married.
Oh my god.
And just
He used to play those games.
just
all the
playing that
time.
game like 24/7, just going to bed just to wake up to give someone
Yes.
another present and then just go back to sleep.
I remember
Oh
those
my
games.
Yeah, I think I got, was it yesterday or the day before? I think I actually got married in that
Yeah.
game.
Congratulations.
And then I accidentally skipped a cutscene, but it was worth it.
Oh no.
I put shit on YouTube, so it's okay.
Those games are only cutscenes. Like that's the
Yeah.
best part.
It's so fun though. It's funny because I was never really into Harvest Moon when I was younger, but I really like Animal Crossing, so like, I don't know, I really like Stardew. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's a really like chill game to stream. Like, it's not like super crazy or anything.
Yeah, but there's some combat in that, right?
Yeah, you can go in the mines and like you have like a sword and you attack the little monsters or whatever.
Yeah, so that seems like it might help with some of the
Yeah.
boringness of
For
Harvest
sure.
Moon, like because where all you do is just farm sometimes and get married.
I mean,
That's
I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not a streamer, but I mean, I like watching sometimes when.
Oh, I meant
streamers are
I meant playing of
Oh,
the
you-
playing of
okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Some
I
people like
think
the
it was-
grind. I like the grind of
Yeah.
games too. But even watching like I don't know, I'll watch like bigger YouTubers when they're just these hour and a half long videos of them just like grinding in like Minecraft or something,
Yeah.
or, like trying mining for
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that as to you playing it was boring. I meant the actual me playing of.
Backing yourself into a corner.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
You know, none of us thought you did, but
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
Nope.
That's what I thought you were saying. I was just making sure you knew.
So just a general question. What kind of games do you play when you're not streaming? Are they different, or like are there some that you're like, oh, I can't stream this. Nobody will.
I mean, I'm like laughing because I generally like what I stream is generally what I play outside of the stream. Like when I first started playing Stardew, I was debating if I wanted to stream it because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to. Like, it's the difference between wanting to, and not that you can't enjoy a game. I can't say things, but enjoy a game on stream. Not that you can't enjoy a game on stream, but there's a difference between like streaming it and playing it on your own. Playing it on your own, you can experience everything without also having to talk to like 50 other people and like keep that constant like conversation going.
Right.
So there's some games like recently I've picked up some old games I used to play, like Pokemon Pearl. I want to replay Final Fantasy 3. So those are ones I want to play on my own. But yeah, I pretty much just play Nintendo games and like Stardew and Rivals outside of the stream. So pretty much everything I stream, I play outside. It's just I don't have a lot of time now with like school and streaming and everything. So the time I would be spent playing video games, like when I first didn't stream, it's now just spent streaming. So whenever I play games, I just stream. But
Right. Yeah, awesome. And then so, with you streaming and everything, you know, there's a problem in the gaming community,
Sure.
which
A lot of problems.
yeah, I went on a rant yesterday on my Twitter about the Allison Rapp situation.
oh yeah,
I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring that up specifically, but I did want to just kind of bring that up with in your Twitch experience or streaming and YouTube experience, and people in your chat on stream. Have you experienced any of that kind of like harassment or anything like inappropriate comments, things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's sad, but like it's sad to say that I'm used to it, and not just from streaming, but just like being a girl in general on the internet. Like
Right.
sometimes when I was younger, you would just like hide it, so then you wouldn't have to deal with all of that crap.
Sure.
But I mean, when I started out, it was definitely worse because I mean, I had like 10 people watching me and like maybe 2 mods at that time, and like I would get like raided and like trolled or whatever. But you gotta have like I found it funny because you gotta find humor out of like something because like people like you're wasting your time doing that. Like have fun being banned.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a problem, but it's definitely gotten. I mean, it still happens occasionally, but now that like my stream's bigger, I mean, obviously, the support of like my viewers definitely outweighs all the negative stuff. But generally still happens occasionally. But you gotta have thick skin to stream, regardless if you're male or female. Maybe more so if you're female. But I try not to let it like get to me that much. But I mean, I just wish it didn't happen in the first place. But I don't know. I've gotten really good at streaming at the same time and then like banning someone at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't want to say it's like, oh, it's Twitch, like get used to it, whatever. But I mean, that's just how it is. But, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I mean, one of the things I was going to bring up was like, do you think in general, not just maybe in your experience, but do you think for the community, for women in gaming and on the Twitch community and other gaming communities, do you think it's getting better? And then things like what happened yesterday with Nintendo happen, and then you're like, maybe it isn't. But so
I mean, it's definitely. I don't know. I'm trying to think in terms of just like the overall time I've been on the internet doing content creation. I would say like it's slowly getting better, but there still is like idiots out there. Like for example, what happened with like the Nintendo thing. Like it's still there, but I think hopefully slowly but surely, we keep moving away from them. But it's definitely not completely gone. But I don't know. I wish people would just stop being idiots.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. But I think slowly but surely it'll hopefully get better. But people will always be, well, not always, but people generally, at least in like Twitch ads, like you're anonymous and you can say whatever you want. So it's just like, I don't know how you would,
yeah, like the way I look at it is,
Twitch.
Yeah, the way I look at it is that like we were able to have this conversation. It's sort of the smaller people. And obviously we don't have too much influence, but the conversation is being had between, content creators. But when Nintendo, does what they did yesterday and sort of swept things under the rug and didn't want to use their voice, which is a lot more powerful than ours, like I think until that changes, that's why the change is so slow and gradual. And you're not going to see significant change until those big powerhouses are not afraid anymore to.
Because sorry, I interrupted you. But it's good. I definitely agree that it's good in the first place that this conversation is happening and it not being brought up at all. With like, because if you get a bunch of the little guys together, then it's like maybe then at that point, if let's say someone's watching or listening to this right now, they'll think about like their life choices on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, maybe I shouldn't be a jerk.
If there's one thing you've learned today, think about your life choices.
Think about your life choices.
Well, I mean,
So at least people are listening to that extent.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the whole thing that doesn't make sense to me is that it damages the entire community when people do those things. It's not just hurting the people they're talking to, it inadvertently hurts them because it affects the games they get, the way that everybody's experiencing them, who's playing the games, and especially now that every game is online, you're playing every game with other people, it seems like. And I just don't understand the logic behind it, but at least we're at this point where we can talk about it.
Yeah, I think it is up to more of the independent scene, the community itself to be the ones to do that, because the big companies, they're too risk adverse. They're not going to take those risks, and why is it a risk to support women in gaming? Why is
that's
first
a great
of all
question. That's a great question. But I mean, what gives me sort of hope is that every sort of large scale change, civil rights, anything happened this way.
Yeah.
It starts within the community of people that already believe that something is wrong, and then it's our job to slowly convince everybody else, and then get to those big powerhouse, people with actual power, and then that's what happens.
Yeah.
I know, sorry. I've been dying to bring politics onto this podcast.
It seeps out a little bit once in a while.
I mean, we have to use history as our evidence, right?
Sure.
Right? I don't think we can ignore that. That's the way I see it.
Well, we don't want to keep you for too long.
Let's play Pokemon.
We don't want to keep you here for too long. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It's been awesome. Oh, Tommy has something else to
Okay,
say.
can I? One more question. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon is Raichu.
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 I
I
have
asked that daily, so I have like my answers.
Nice. I have
People
an
think it's Jigglypuff, but it's not, guys, because of my like graphics and stuff. But
right. Yeah. I have an adorable Raichu
Plush.
plush that's like laying down on its stomach.
wait, I have that one. I think somebody bought me that for my Amazon.
They're
like
pretty
this.
popular, I
It was, like,
think.
It was like the greatest
Target
Pokemon.
ones.
Yeah, I have the same one then. Nice.
Yeah, I have mine sitting on top of my TV next to my Wii.
Yeah.
So if I'm like seeing it staring at me.
Nice. I bought it for regionals that I went to where I brought a Raichu once.
Nice.
How'd you do in that regional, Josh?
I did not as bad as I thought I would.
Oh, backfired on me.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. This was really fun.
It was good to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
It was
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our first guest ever.
Yeah. I think we have to have a fan geared V Alley Pokemon match.
Oh my god.
too,
Oh,
sometime.
actually, I was
So-
going to bring that up. We have both played against you before on your stream.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, is that how you found the stream? I think my what is it called? Your little message has my stream URL in it.
I was just looking for Pokemon streams to watch one day,
Oh,
and I found you on there, and so I was watching, and then the next day Tommy was over, and we were like, yeah, she does viewer battles. Let's get our name in there, and I think you wrecked Tommy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you beat me pretty good.
Oh, I'm pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. That was in VGC 15.
Yeah.
Was that?
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe. I don't remember.
yeah, that's fine.
It was to show how much I remember.
We were only
I play
two
so
of many people you play against, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, again, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with your tournament this weekend,
Thank you.
and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Those of you watching, and that's it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.